这个保护very expensive. It's like you pay 40 NTG. Italy is like basic. I think like it's coffee all the time.
All right, so let us continue. So have a seat. And you can check these for 1 more minute, and let me pass a form called consent to recall, and actually some in Chinese, then you can check it. So you can check that one quickly. Why this one? Because of the camera here. Sometimes I will rotate to recall, so that's why I will ask you to check these. If it's okay, then you can sign this one. For what kind of purpose, you can check some of the items there. And maybe just a bit in Chinese. 然后中文其实就是我们会有那一个录影机，所以会为了一些 EMI 的教学，所以会有录影。Alright, so if you think it's okay, then you can sign. Alright, and we have first one, signature. Alright, your signature, and the second one, printing name. Alright, printing name says, okay, maybe you have signature first, but we need to identify your name. So you will have the clear way to show. So second one is a printing name. And affiliation, if you are a student of computer science, then you can have computer science. And the date. And maybe you are exchange students, that's fine. You can use maybe exchange student to computer science, exchange student to W or something else. Alright. Or maybe you want to use your original department of the school, that's fine. Okay, that's it. So you can check it. Maybe not right now. If you want to finish right now, that's okay. And after the class, you can return the phone to me. All right, so here we have the form of consent to recall for your reference. Oh, before you sign, before you sign the form, sure. Any questions? If no, sure, you can sign directly. And you can sign. Meanwhile, then we continue. So after now, this is the main program. So main program, you should have the idea. The main program, the purpose of the main program, run the program and get the statistic for the system M1 killing system, right? But right now, not finished yet, because we still need to have the other function. And currently initialize it is okay, right? Because we check it maybe in between the description for the main program. So this one finish. And we have timing. Remember, timing just want to find if we have the given time instance and which one should be the next event. So you see, next event, the goal for timing just want to find next event. Here, next event type 0 is not our type. We have a type 1 or type 2. If it is type 0, yes, something wrong. And for the others, I think we have a minimal time. Minimal time next event. Minimal, I don't know which one occur earliest. Occur earliest, of course, arrival, departure, which one is smaller. Which one is smaller, then choose that one. And that one should be the minimal one. Alright. And determine, so how to determine? We use index from 1 to number of event. Number of event is 2, so 1 or 2. Alright, so 1 or 2, well, to find the corresponding 1 is arrival, 2 is departure. So you see, time next event. We have a time next event using array. So this is array. So we have the specific array, time next event, 1 says arrival. And 2 is the departure. Alright, so time next event smaller than or equal to minimum time next event. Then we have this. Set it to the smallest one, you see, minimum time next event, set it to the current one. And set the type to the current one. So initially it's 0. Alright, it's 0, type is 0. So if we change it, then it should be 1 or 2. And here, minimal next event time, set it to this one. Something like infinity. Alright. If we have arrival, infinity, so we choose arrival. But unfortunately, if it is the smallest one should be departure, then we will change. And so that we have the minimal one. Alright. So the current 4, just find the smallest. Find the latest one. Right? Do you agree? Find the smallest one. And find the smallest one. Actually, everything is okay, but we have the complete description. So, how about next event time? Here, this one is a real one equal. So, next event type equal to 0. It should be 1 or 2, but 0, it says. This event list is empty, so start the simulation. But start the simulation for the current one, start the simulation is nothing correct. So, print event list empty at which time instant, and the current simulation time. Here, simulation time. And exit 1 says we send return value 1. Value 1 is not 0, so something wrong. Oh, otherwise not empty. It's not empty. So we have simulation time. The current simulation time should be moved to the minimal one. So here you see minimal event, next event time. So that's it. And timing, find the latest one and move the current time to the current current time, the minimal next event time. All right, so about this one, I think it's simple. So 1 minute for you to discuss with your neighbors. And maybe you can take a picture if you want to share, and then I clear the current page. If no, then I clear the page for your reference. And of course, you can use our line group to find the slides, right? Our line group using Note. Yeah, you can find the corresponding PPT slides in PDF, actually in PPTX as well. And for void, actually is null, and actually is empty. But maybe you don't care, so that's why previously I don't mention this explicitly. But void is null, it's empty. So void or empty or here, pronunciation should be null. So we have null or empty or void. This is timing. And arrive. About arrive, can you find your slides and move it to arrive flow chart. So right now, try to find your PPT slides. Actually, PPT slides about arrive. So maybe at least one member in your group, group 1 to group 4, find the PPT slides to have a flow chart of arrive. So group 1, find it. Okay, group 2. Group 3. My PPT slides, but the arrive flow chart. And group 4? Yeah. Okay. If it is okay, right now, let me allow you to have 3 minutes to use that flow chart and check, is it true? The flow chart to have the mapping even some application. So, 3 minutes to allow you to check with your managers. Current activity, use that flow chart to have the mapping. Flow chart and mapping. I just want to ask you to check the flow chart action can be illustrated by all of them in yes and then inside. And feel free to discuss with your members. this we have the paragraph of the source code patch package. Yeah. 2, 1. Sure.
Yeah. About checking something capability.
Sure. Yes, I will release it. So let me check. For maybe group by group. So maybe I try group 4. Anyone can have the 100% mapping, or maybe near 100% mapping. If you think yes, raise your hand. Group 4. Yes. Okay. Good. So you can share your idea with the other members. And group 3. Can you have a 100% mapping from the flowchart to the current source code? Yes or no? Almost yes, right? Okay, you can try to share. And the good 2? Yes. And the good 1?
I think it's mapping, like, yeah.
Yeah, almost mapping, right? Okay, that's good. So, you see, we have the flowchart and we have the mapping. And then everything's okay for you. But let me check quickly for this. Mapping, you see, here this is remark. Schedule, that's arrival. How to schedule? Call. Arrival is 1. So plus we have mean inter arrival. So this is arrival. Check server busy or not. We have the definition. This is equal to. Oh, maybe you think, oh, why double equality? No. This is a sign equal to busy. So busy, we have the flowchart for busy, and otherwise it's not busy. So busy. Busy then increase number of customer in queue. So queue size here. This is queue size. Number in queue is queue size increase. And double plus in C programming language here. Double plus says plus 1. All right. And here we have, you see, this one equal to this one plus 1. So the current one is assigned. If you check equality, of course, cancel the current value, and then you will have a 0 equal to 1. Something wrong. But the C programming language or the other programming language, it's assigned. Alright, so use equal to assign. And here, number in queue larger than queue's key limit. So queue size, so something wrong. You see something wrong? When? And use exit 2, because we try to have for the different cases. 1, previous case, 2 here, or maybe the other. Or maybe you don't think so. Alright, I just want to know something also. I always use 1, it's okay. And here, if here, busy, right? From this one to this one, busy. So here, this is empty. Empty, so put in queue. Oh, sorry, put in queue. So here, put in queue. Sorry, here, empty. And here, look at this. This is a room in queue, so store this one. And this one idle. Here the store. And this one store in queue. And this one idle. Idle, then we have this one, queuing delay 0. And total delay equal to the previous one plus the current one. Current one is 0, so accumulate 0. And increment the sample size. Set the server busy and the schedule departure. Correct. So 100% mapping, almost right. And actually, I just try to draw your attention. Double plus and 1 is arrival. Here, look at these 2 is departure. So let me emphasize this again. Right? So arrival or arrive procedure or function is okay, right? If you don't like C programming language at all, you can have further porting and transform from C programming language to Python. Right? Why I mentioned Python, maybe most of you think, okay, I like Python rather than this because it's easier to have the description. But we use a language, C programming language, and study as a formal description. And likewise for this, 3 minutes again for you to check, to have mapping. So move from arrive to depart. Oh, sorry, I forgot to ask that question.
Is this necessary for this launch to add the visual view?
If you skip it, it's also possible.
Yeah, departure.
But we have the formal one. Yeah, the formal one.
Yeah.
Even in 0, I will still add 0 to the total.
So whenever the delay is also, we just
0 you can skip, but if you want to copy the current one to the next,
I understand.
Why do we have to, for the arrive time, why do we have to increment the number of customer delayed even if the system is ideal?
because of the sample size. 0 is 1 of the case. 我用中点讲，仪器显示这个其中一个样本，所以我们要把样本大小来留下来，大留下来，零或非零要留下来。
但它不是没有被 delay 到吗？
不是，它是3人，哦，是啊，有一个人，可是他占了一个样本。你有可能一群5个人，你是0，他不是，全部样本。这是你的机会。
所以就是应该要算这个。
因为你讲完了，所以我就是可以找到你。So you can check it because you have another. Just for that purpose. Simple. And you can calculate that. But it means 0. If it is not 0, you will change, for example, the formula, delay calculation, not 0. I still use 2 lines. And later we can check the part. Or maybe check the others. Here you see. Replace 0, .0 by this. But still the same, see? Alright, let me check it again about the current depart. Okay, for group 1.
I think it's a mapping.
Yeah, mapping. Okay, right? And 2, 3, 4. And let me point out some of these. Same about these. Empty, idle, are high here because departure, no departure. And now empty, then move 1. Actually, remove 1. And current 1, actually the current time to process minus time of the arrival, because we store time of arrival, and that one should be the first one. And the first one here we have the specific term. head of line, HOL. And because HOL, the first one, so we will move some of these, you see. Move up or move right or left. But the smallest one, you see. Later one to the maybe move one place up, right? And maybe you have a question for C programming language. It should be from 0 or currently from 1. Actually, we change it from 1. We like the index from 1. Even C programming language can start from 0. Right? C programming language, the index can be started from 0 rather than 1, but we set it to 1 for the current discussion. Because we think it should be 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. So we drop the index of 0. And so that for some size, we have a plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. Why plus 1? Because we want to start from 1, not 0. So the size should be the real size plus 1. So the real size plus 1 actually is the size, for example, for array. And one of our students asked me this one. Previously, this one should be 1.0 because it's 0 explicitly. It's 0 explicitly. And in fact, some of you think, how about use the 2 lines here? Actually, use the 2 lines in the part and move those 2 lines to the current one. It should be 0. And so that you won't worry about, okay, why we have the addition of 0? Because here is indeed 0. You see? 把后面的把它搬到这边来，那它就是 general 的描述，但是它是零。零要不要加？为了这 general 的描述是要。So this one is a special case. We have a 0 explicitly, but this is a general case. You can move the 2 lines to the array procedure and still valid because it's 0 there, even we have the general expression. Right? However, you can try. Maybe, okay, professor, you are wrong because we don't have the calculation. Maybe something wrong, we don't have the proper arrangement. But theoretically, it should be 0 there. And as for repo, previously we don't have any specific flowchart for repo, so let me mention this. You see, F delay in Q, so it's queuing delay. So how to have a queuing delay? Total delay over sample size. So some of you mentioned why this one is sample size. Sorry, I used my finger to write, so maybe it's ugly. Sample size. And here area, you see, over time. Area is over time, so Q length using area, utilization using area, and then we will have the end time. So when we start the simulation. So about the repo, in fact, we need to rely on the way to have the calculation. How to have the Q length? We will have the area for Q length and try to find the minimum area. Then it's the mean Q length. And utilization using server busy or idle, then we can have this. And about the total delay, actually it's total delay, not the area. It's total delay over the sample size. So we then have 2 types of statistics. One using time average, one using in sample average. All right, so we have some discussion for the performance measure. So about the repo, I think it's easy. About the repo, any question? Good 1. Good 2. Good 4. Good 3. Okay. And here, let us get back to area. Here, after time after statistic, it's area. So how to have the area? Look at these. We have a time since last event. And compute time since last event to the current simulation time. So how to do time since last event? It's okay, current time minus time last event. So that's why we need to have a time last event for reference. The difference then we have a time last event. Okay, you see? Get it? Oh, got it? Then we have the shifting. All right. This is the current time. And previously the program get the time last event. We find the difference. Once we have the difference, then we set the current time to be time last event. All right. So have the difference, then area. You see area, Q length, area using server status 0 or 1. All right, so let me have a graphic for you. For Q length, perhaps utilization here. All right, so maybe we have a time instant to accumulate, 0. It's the 1 multiplied the time difference. Maybe we have the different size, right? So this is a way to have the accumulation of area. It's easy, right? Likewise, any question? Good 1. Any questions?
The low one chart is for utilization. I think so.
No direct mapping for the two figures. I just want to let it have a Q, something like this one, and the utilization. It doesn't mean this is a direct mapping. Direct relationship, no. No. So that's why you want to know, okay, it's correct for the utilization, no. It's just a possible case for utilization, a possible case for Q length. And here is exponential. So you see mean minus mean logarithm. And here we have a specific function, LCG random. LCG random, that says give you a value of a random number. Perhaps you have a question, is it possible to code function in C library? It's okay. But the current Haskell that that is not so good. This one is perfect. Using LCG random, this one is perfect. So, where we have LCG random, yes, you need to have that.h file. Then you can use it. And the LCG random, actually, you can have 100 uniform number, but different string 1 to 100. So you can allow to have 100 uniform value, but they are not the same. However, how about coding the uniform from C library? Just one. So, one question. From the same source of uniform, should we have some possible relationship? Maybe you have a question like that, because we try to eliminate the possible relationship So we use LCG random. We try to produce different souls for the unit. You can change the number LCG range. LCG range here is 1. Next time, if you want to call the new one, you can use 2, or 3, or 4, or 5 to 100. And finally, you see, this is the output using the main program. You see, we will have F-printf. Sorry, it should be F-printf. Yes, correct. Mean interrupt time, mean service time, and number of customers. And remember, for that description, we have /n/n. So we have a recursor move 1 and 1, so 2 times. So that's why we have a gap. We have a gap. And likewise, this is output. All right, but here, this is a file. We put it so within the file, we will have a format like this. So this one shown in the output file. Not on the screen. I just want to let you know, shown in the output file, not on the screen. However, we use that file to show it on the screen. That's the difference. All right. And you see, we use 100 to serve as the sample size. And by here, we show you when to stop the simulation. All right, so this is version 1. I think right now it's okay for you. And after classes, I will let you have a hyperlink, and so that you can get the source code of MM1 version 1, and also use MM1 alternative, the second version. So I will let you have a hyperlink in our library or Moodle, and then you will have the hyperlink to download the source code. And then, if one of you want to check using a C programming language, you can try. And of course, about the procedure to reach the execution file, you need to compile a link, and so that you have the execution file. So compile and link. So we will have this execution file. And you have a ChatGPT. If you don't have any experience about C programming language, you can ask ChatGPT how I can get one execution file by using C programming language. And then you will have a procedure. Just follow the procedure, so you will have it. So don't worry if you are not familiar with the C programming language. Am I right? 没错吧？如果你真的是对 C 不熟的，你就直接问 ChatGPT， 它会告诉你一个程序，你就照那个程序来做一次。All right. So just follow the procedure of ChatGPT passively. Maybe sometimes you need to shoot some maybe box, and so that you have the execution file. So it's okay when you have some questions, for example, regarding the programming language, you can ask ChatGPT to that you have the answer. All right, that's it. And I think it's time for us to have the second time break in 5 minutes. All right.